What's up guys, Blade Master here, going to be bringing you round 2, game 1 between Trollyboli and EvilBookie from the COFK clan. This is going to be really cool, as you can see by these cataphract looking dudes and these horse archer looking dudes. So in game 1, EvilBookie decided to take Rome. He was on top of the bracket. As a quick reminder, top of the bracket gets faction and map choice first. So he decided to pick Rome, and he went with Nemadusena, which is an interesting idea, because why would you go with Nemadusena on Rome? It'll be easy, like they excel in Alexandria, but for the sake of my viewers and for the sake of my sanity, I'm pretty glad that he decided to go Nemadusena. I couldn't bear watching another Alexandria-Rome matchup. So Trollyboli has gone with Massagetae, which is an interesting choice. It is a brave choice, but it makes sense. He decided to go Massagetae, and he decided to ban Triarii and Balearic Slingers. Now, Trollyboli is very good at playing with the Nomads. He has the patience, he has the micro capabilities to make it work, and especially against a depleted Rome, which doesn't have access to Triarii and Balearic Slingers, I think he can do very well. But remember that since Rome is at the top of the bracket, or since EvilBookie is at the top of the bracket, he can choose to unban one unit from his roster instead of banning two from Trolly. So that's what he decided to do. He decided to have access to Balearic Slingers. So Rome doesn't have access to Triarii, it does have access to Balearic Slingers, but Trollyboli has access to a full Massagetae roster, which is incredibly important. I wouldn't have unbanned Balearic Slingers if I was EvilBookie. It is very easy to completely cripple Massagetae by just removing Saka Noble Armored Lancers and Saka Cataphracts, and then they just don't have anything to hit you with. So let's take a look at the builds. Let me put this in slow motion. We have one auxiliary Syrian Archer and one Balearic Slinger here. I would guess the same thing here. Yes, and another. So 3 auxiliary Balearic Slingers and 2 Syrian Archers. He's got a couple of Spear Gladiatrices. Weird, okay. Legionary Cav, and only 2 Legionary Cav. And then he's brought a bunch of Avocadi. 3, 4 Avocadi, 5, 6 Avocadi, and a Hastadi here, and a Hastadi here. So, and a Legatus, a General Bodyguard. Pretty standard army. Not really one best suited to take on Massagetae. Legionary Cavalry getting shot at by the Horse Archers here. It looks like one Mercenary Amazonian Rider on each flank. No, 3 total Mercenary Amazonian Riders and a Steppe Horse Archer. You can bring a total of 6 Horse Archers, and Trollyboli is leaving 1 Steppe Horse Archer. Looks like for mid game. He's not attacking with them, just like with the others. Besides them, he's got Steppe Noble Lancers, Saka Cataphracts. Though these guys are so incredibly strong because they have access to trample, and that makes that 68 charge bonus with that 120 health make them the perfect unit for a combination of tankiness and aggressiveness. And then Steppe Noble Lancer, Steppe Armored Lancer here. In the middle, he's got some Steppe Noble Lancers and a Steppe Armored Lancer with the Saka Cataphract General. Steppe Noble Lancers, Saka Cataphracts, Steppe Noble Lancer, and a Steppe Armored Lancer. I don't like this Massagetae build from Trolly. He had the opportunity to go with Massagetae's deadliest combination of both Draco and Trample, and he's just chosen to bring more numbers of Saka Noble Lancers. I mean, having numbers is good, but having numbers in a Nomad army also means your micro is going to increase exponentially. And when it comes to bringing this many Saka Noble Lancers, or sorry, Steppe Noble Lancers, they really won't make too much of a difference. See, the thing with mid-tier Shock Cav in Rome 2 is that you're going to need 2 or 3 charges for them to start getting kills. And that's okay if you have something like a Thessalian Cav. Like a Thessalian Cav with Macedon, you bring maybe like 3 or 4. So your micro isn't completely off the charts. But when you have an army composed fully of cavalry, it's going to be hard to be so in tune with your cavalry that you pull each of them out immediately and blah blah blah. And Steppe Noble Lancers just not very tanky. They have 95 health, very poor armor, so they can get shot to pieces when they come in for a charge. That's why I think he should have brought at least 2 Steppe Noble Saka Noble Armored Lancers, because the Saka Noble Armored would remove the bonus versus cavalry of these Spear Gladiatrices. It would completely remove any sort of bracing that the Avocadi would get. and just used in tandem with trample, it would make them so, it would make a Massagetae shock charge so deadly. That being said, I think, I mean, I can see Trolley winning this one because you know, Avocado, Hastati, like they're all very tanky, they're all very good units. They just can't do anything against Saka Cataphracts. And if Trolley plays this right, he can very easily win. Even Balearic Slingers can be kited back. Like, you can make Balearic Slingers waste their ammo by just moving your horse archers just before they start firing. And once they start firing, you pull them back so that it'll just hit ground, empty ground behind the horse archers. So now, like a box, semi-box being created by EvilBookie. Not, I don't agree with this because this Hastati right here, this Avocado right here, like you can say that for every unit in this box would just get destroyed by a Saka Cataphract. Like, it's unbelievable how, like, they will just get slaughtered. Instead, you know, putting them closer like this, yeah, and then staggering the formation like Heracles did against me, I think that would make sense. Let's go ahead and fast forward. Looks like these two are just sizing each other up for now. Looking at the tactical map, it looks like it's like a three-pronged attack. The main line, which is not really a main line, the center body is kind of far away, and I can see why Trolley wants to do that because his general, his Saka Cataphract general is there, and he doesn't want his general to die. Keep in mind, you know, the Steppe Noble Lancers don't have a good amount of morale, so they can very easily chain route if the general dies. Let's see, Steppe Noble Lancers, they are very heavy. It's one really good thing about them is that they are very heavy units. So kind of like the Persian cavalry of Armenia, very cost effective that way. And very good melee attack and stuff. But the Saka Cataphracts, just, you pop trample on them and they're just gonna destroy anything. Yeah, EvilBookie's making his lines much smaller, keeping his cavalry outside. I would have liked EvilBookie to bring a couple more cav. Just bringing like 4 would be perfect for chasing down retreating shock cav. That's the thing about Massagetae, their playstyle is going to be very apparent, unlike Royal Scythia or Roxolani, because they only have shock cav. So they have to charge in and they have to pull out immediately. So it's not like they can even leave units staying in combat. That way, if you bring 4 cavalry, it's going to be very easy to chase off retreating shock cav and get great rear pokes on those shock cav and then kill them that way. So just real crazy amount of sizing up here. This entire battle is going to take 5 minutes. Okay, I can see that means Trolley is going to win this. And Trolley is going to win this pretty easily. Because if it's only going to take this much, that means he's only had like two proper charges in and just flattened the entire Roman line. I can see why how that would happen. Because 1, the Roman line is not staggered. 2, there's a huge weakness in this little area right here. 3, once the Saka Cataphracts charge in, the Balearic Slingers and the second line of this little formation is way too close. So they are going to get hit by stray cavalry, and that is going to be enough to destroy a lot of these Balearic Slingers. So, you know, just flattening the army in a couple of charges and then bringing the horse archers to just slaughter the remnants of that Roman army is going to be all that it takes to destroy this Roman build. It was very smart to remove Triarii. I should have done that against Heracles. Very smart play by Trolley. Honestly, I would have unbanned. I mean, I wouldn't have unbanned anything, but if I was going to unban something, I definitely wasn't going to unban the Balearic Slingers. Let's put this on. Yeah, we can see the other Massagetae troops are coming in. Looks like they're pouring in from all directions. This is going to be bad. It's going to be really, really bad. Balearic Slingers are firing. The Steppe Noble Lance is going to crash into Hastati right there. The Saka Cataphracts destroying. Look at that. So many. The Balearic Slingers are already engaged. And that's the same thing going on everywhere else. And we are going to pull back. And then the second line of, I think that's the general right there, who's going to charge in. Yeah, the general right there, charging in, not used trample. He hasn't used trample. But even the Saka Cataphracts have 50 kills on Hastati. Steppe Noble Lancers 52 kills on Hastati. They're pulling back. The Legionary Cav is going to do well against this Saka Cataphract right here, but this Hastati was out of the formation and just got destroyed. Balearic Slingers not doing much. Now the Horse Archers are going to come in. Steppe Armored Lancers are going to crash into very depleted Evocati cohort. And the Legionary Cavalry did chase off, got 7 kills on Steppe Noble Lancers, but now another Steppe Noble Lancer is going to kill them off. That's why you need to have brought like 3 or 4 of them. Here, this Legionary Cav got 8 kills on Saka Cataphracts. The Saka Cataphract getting destroyed basically by Balearic Slingers, and now the Horse Archer is going to come in. And then this Evocati here just tossed around by a Steppe Noble Lancer, and the Steppe Noble Lancer is going to make themselves pay off very well, very quickly. Saka Cataphracts doing very poorly actually, 115 kills, that's not much. And then this Steppe Noble Lancer, you can see they got a lot of kills actually, credit to them, they got a lot of kills on the Evocati initially. And with the second charge, they're going to do so much better. The Spear Gladiatrice is going to come in to just try and destroy them. Steppe Noble Lancer here again going to destroy this, going to flatten this Evocati. There's really nothing that the Romans can do. There's really nothing they can do. That's why I would have unbanned. That's why I would have banned both Saka Cataphracts and Saka Noble Armored Lancer. Without the Saka Cataphracts, this would have been much easier for the Romans to try and win out. But then again, this Roman build was really poor actually to counter Massagetae. He didn't use any Vigiles. Having Vigiles would have been so important in this matchup. So the general here going to just destroy the last remaining Balearic Slingers and the Evocati cohort. Yeah, Steppe Armored Lancer got 65 kills on such a cheap unit. That's very well done. 550 talent unit on Roman infantry. Yeah, this was a landslide victory by Trollyboli, and I'll tell you why this is so important, because you can very easily size up your opponent by if he's going to bring Rome and you've brought Massagetae and you just destroyed him like this. It's going to give you such a huge confidence boost for the next match, and you know, seeing as this is the first match in a best of 3, it is not the biggest risk to take Massagetae, and even if you did lose, you can still pull it back. But if you won like this, if I was EvilBookie, I'd be very scared of the next game. I'd be very afraid, because this is it says close victory. I would say it was a decisive victory. So you can see the Steppe Cataphract, Saka Cataphract general here getting 189 kills, not losing many units at all. One of the Saka Cataphracts got 122 kills and just died. They weren't used as effectively as they could have been. You might notice that Trollyboli didn't use trample. Maybe he used trample on the other 2, but he didn't use trample on his general at least. Steppe Noble Lancers, they did pretty decently, but okay, just take a look at this. So I admit they did very well. You can bring a max of 8 of Steppe Noble Lancers. So see, this is what would have happened if Rome decided to ban, if they decided to ban these 2, Saka Noble Armored Lance and Saka Cataphract. You can only bring 8 of the same type of unit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep in mind that since Trolly was at the bottom of the bracket, he cannot unban any unit. So 6, then you can bring 8, right? So you can bring 8 of these guys. You're forced to bring a Saka Cataphract Horse Archer, and then I'd probably bring like 3 more of these guys, because I would need their super heavy mass against the Roman infantry. I'm going to bring 3 Mercenary Amazonian Riders, and then I have 5950 funds left, and I don't know what else to spend it on. I mean, I can bring some Steppe Armored Lancers, I guess. I can maybe even go ham and like bring like 6 of these Saka Cataphract Horse Archers, but that's a huge problem because they are not quick enough to do the whole bait against Balearic Slingers. So I wouldn't even be sure if I'm going to be bringing that many of them. And still I have 2100 units, so it is very easy to cripple a Massagetae army. We just haven't seen anyone do that yet. And credit to Trollyboli, he did very well. That coordinated charge from the Cataphracts was beautiful to see. And let's see if EvilBookie can pick it up in the next game. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this battle and stay tuned for more. Peace.